So I have a bit of a confession to make. I never fully jumped on the Swiss meringue buttercream train up until now. I know, I can hear all of the other home bakers and professional bakers running to the comments to tell me how wrong I was. But I promise you, I see the error of my ways today. Since I started teaching myself to bake 8 or 9 years ago, I've always had a fallback American buttercream recipe that I use for almost everything. While that recipe itself took perfecting, it was always a super easy fallback that I knew I could get right every single time if I followed the exact same steps, and it was not a very complicated process. I also had a recipe that I really still like, and it got the job done really well in terms of decorating and making sure the cakes I made, no matter what size, were pretty stable. And because when I was super young, I was super intimidated by the idea of cooking egg whites and sugar to make a buttercream, I never went back to Swiss meringue until now. This is a practice cake that I did partially because I wanted to try out some new techniques, including Swiss meringue, but also for Mother's Day. And oh my gosh, I don't think I'll ever go back to American buttercream for my cakes after this. Why didn't anyone tell me that Swiss meringue was actually a super simple process? It just takes a little bit longer. It has the perfect, soft, smooth, marshmallowy, buttery, not too sweet flavor, and it has achieved a level of precise smoothness on a cake that I don't think I've ever been able to achieve. The design idea I picked to try out these new techniques is one I thought of after my last watercolor vintage cake, which you guys so aptly named Care Bear cake, which is awesome. That's the style I've really liked lately, is having a colored or textured base and then all of the vintage piping be white, monochromatic. I also just personally really like having vintage strawberry patterns on every single piece of textile I buy, whether it's a napkin or a t-shirt. So the vibes I picked were southern vintage strawberry. I wanted that gingham texture underneath the monochromatic piping, and the ribbon banner, especially along the base, I wanted to be a little bit more scalloped to kind of give a doily effect. I basically wanted the final cake design to look like something that you absolutely 100% would want to have at a summer picnic, and I think I nailed it. And the final design with fresh vanilla cake, beautiful Swiss meringue buttercream, and a homemade strawberry compote in the middle, my mommy loved it, and that's all that really matters to me. My American buttercream recipe won't go away after this, as I still do really enjoy it and it's super yummy, but I definitely think that from now on, Swiss meringue is the move for cakes. Per usual, I finished off this design with a healthy spritzing of edible glitter, and she's all done. And to all moms out there, happy Mother's Day!